So in today's class, let us get started with probability SAQs. The weightage of this chapter is 15 marks. You get 2 SAQ and 1 LAQ. So let us get started with the SAQs. The first question is, find the probability that a non-leap year contains 53 Sundays and number 2, 52 Sundays only. So this question last appeared in AP March 2023. So let's see how to get started. So as we know, a leap year has 366 days and a non-leap year has 365 days. Okay, so let me write that statement first. A non-leap year contains 365 days. Now in 365 days, how many weeks are there? So we know that 1 week has 7 days. So if I divide 365 by 7, 7 5s are 35 minus 2s are 14 and this is 1. So that means in 365 days there are 52 weeks and 1 extra day. Okay. So in which there are 52 weeks and 1 day extra. Now 52 weeks means you will have 52 Sundays, 52 Mondays, 52 Tuesdays, like that. Each day will be 52. And you get 1 extra day. So 52 weeks means 52 into 7. 52 into 7 is 364. But a non-leap year has 365 days. So that 1 extra day can be anything. It can be a Sunday or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday or Saturday. Okay. So let us write that. And the extra day can be either Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday or Saturday. So therefore n of s is equal to 7. Okay, we are looking for the probability of that 1 extra day. The first bit is we should get 53 Sundays, means that extra day should be Sunday. Then only we get 53 Sundays. And bit number 2 is 52 Sundays, which means that extra day should not be a Sunday. Understood? So n of s is equal to 7. Now we will take number 1. Number 1 is n of a is equal to 1, no, because there is only 1 Sunday in a week. So P of A is equal to, formula for P of A is n of A by n of S. So that is 1 by 7. And the second bit is n of A is equal to 6. How many days are there in a week which does not contain Sunday? There are 6 days which are not Sundays. So therefore P of A is equal to again n of A by n of S, that is 6 by 7. So take the next question. This question is also very, very important. Appeared last in AP May 2023. So the question is, the probability for a contractor to get a road contract is 2 by 3 and to get a building contract is 5 by 9. The probability to get at least one contract is 4 by 5. What is the probability that he gets both the contracts? So here how do we proceed is, let us say A be the event of getting a road contract. B be the event of getting a building contract. Now, what is given to us? Probability for a contractor to get a road contract is 2 by 3. That means P of A is equal to 2 by 3 because we have named road contract as A and building contract as B. So what is the probability of getting a road contract? That is 2 by 3. So we can say P of A is 2 by 3. The same way, probability of the contractor to get a building contract is 5 by 9. We have taken B as an event of getting building contract. So P of B is equal to 5 by 9. Now, what is the next statement given to us? Probability to get at least one contract. So let me write that statement. Probability to get at least one contract. So whenever at least is given, that means P of A union B. That is equal to 4 by 5. Now we need to find out probability to get both the contracts. And whenever both is given, we need to find A intersection B. This is union, this is intersection. Okay. So whenever you find the term both, that is intersection. At least one, that is union. Now from addition theorem of probability, we have a theorem. What is addition theorem? P of A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. Or we can also write it as P of A intersection B is equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A union B. Now we have P of A, we have P of B, we have P of A union B. Just substitute the values. P of A is 2 by 3, P of B is 5 by 9, minus P of A union B is 4 by 5. Now take LCM. LCM of 3 and 9 is 9. LCM of 9 and 5 is 45. You know how to take LCM. 3, 9 and 5. 3 table. 3 ones are 3 threes are 5 as it is. Then again 3 table 1. 3 ones are 3. 5 as it is. Then 5 table 1. 1 and 5 ones are 5. So 5 threes are 15. 15 threes are 45. This is the way of finding LCM. Now in 3 table, how many times 45 will go? 15s are. So 2 15s are is 30 plus 9 5s are 45. So numerator also multiply with same number. 5 5s are 25 minus 5 9s are 45. So 4 9s are 36. So that is 55 minus 36 by 45. That is 19 by 45. This is the final answer. So take the next question. In a committee of 25 members, each member is proficient either in maths or in stats or in both. If 19 of these are proficient in maths, 16 in stats, find the probability that a person selected from the committee is proficient in both. Proficient means expertise. So there are 25 members in the committee and each one of them is good in either maths or stats or both maths and stats. And 19 are good in maths, 16 are good in stats. So we need to find out how many of them are proficient in both, or what is the probability that a person selected from a committee is proficient in both. Okay. So let us say S be the sample space. So when you are choosing a person, when a person is chosen at random, then n of s is equal to 25C1. Why we are writing 25C1? Because out of 25 members, we are selecting any one. Because here it is given that find the when a person is chosen at random, when a person means one person. You are choosing one person at random. So that's why we are writing 25C1. That is 25 only. Now let us say A be the event that the person is proficient in maths. So n of A is equal to how many people are good in maths? 19. So from these 19, we are selecting one. So that is 19C1. So what is probability of A? That is n of A by n of S. That is 19C1 by 25C1. That is 19 by 25. Now let us say B be the event that the person is proficient in stats or statistics, both are one and the same. So we take n of B is equal to how many people are good in stats? 16. But we are selecting any one out of 16. So that is 16C1. So P of B will be n of B by n of S. That is 16C1 by 25C1. That is 16 by 25. Now after finding P of A and P of B, since everyone is proficient in either maths or stats or both, so therefore we can say that A union B is equal to S. A union B means a combination of A and B. So that is nothing but sample space, because there is no single person who is not good at any subject. So every person in the committee is either good in maths or in stats or both. So we can say that A union B is equal to S. So if I apply probability on both sides, P of A union B is equal to P of S. But always remember, probability of a sample space is always 1. Because maximum probability is 1. Always probability lies between 0 and 1. So maximum probability is 1. So probability of sample space is always 1. But from addition theorem, what is P of A union B? P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B is equal to 1. Now what do we have to find out? We need to find out P of A intersection B. See what they are asking. Find the probability that a person selected is proficient in both. Whenever you get both, that means you want intersection. So we need to find out P of A intersection B is equal to how much? So let us substitute in this. So P of A is how much? 19 by 25 plus P of B is 16 by 25 minus P of A intersection B is equal to 1. So here denominators are same, we can add the numerators. It is 35 by 25 minus P of A intersection B is equal to 1. So P of A intersection B is equal to 35 by 25 minus 1. I took this to the right hand side and 1 to the left hand side. So this is if you take LCM, 35 minus 25 by 25, that is 10 by 25, that is 2 by 5. 2 by 5 is the final answer.